Now it was the day of preparation, and the next day was to be a special Sabbath. Because the Jewish leaders did not want the bodies left on the crosses during the Sabbath, they asked Pilate to have the legs broken and the bodies taken down. The soldiers therefore came and broke the legs of the first man who had been crucified with Jesus, and then those of the other. But when they came to Jesus and found that he was already dead, they did not break his legs. Instead, one of the soldiers pierced Jesus' side with a spear, bringing a sudden flow of blood and water. The man who saw it has given testimony, and his testimony is true. He knows that he tells the truth, and he testifies so that you also may believe. These things happened so that the scripture would be fulfilled, not one of his bones will be broken, John 19 verses 31 to 36, New International Version. The canonical Gospels do not identify the soldier who injured Jesus' side during the crucifixion. Nevertheless, the fictional Gospel of Nicodemus recognizes this soldier by the name Longinus. Interestingly, the Christian tradition did not at first recognize Longinus as a saint. It took some time for his story to spread and for him to be considered a saint. His evolving status serves as an example of how religious traditions can be interpreted differently and how the significance of myths and historical figures can evolve. A remarkable ancient tale, included in the pseudepigraphal Letter of Herod to Pilate, describes the fate of Longinus, the soldier who pierced Jesus' side, as exceptional and dire. This tale describes his punishment to a solitary cave where he is attacked nightly by a ferocious lion. This is where it gets really astounding though. Despite these daily attacks, Longinus heals miraculously from his wounds, which appear to have been caused by supernatural intervention. This cycle of suffering and healing is supposed to continue until the end of time, serving as a testament to both the mysterious workings of divine justice and Longinus' steadfast perseverance. In the midst of unfathomable pain, Longinus is transformed from a soldier into a symbol of bravery and salvation in this terrifying tale that offers him additional depth. Longinus subsequently became a Christian through later conventions. However, as noted by Sabine Baring-Gould, the Greeks did not come across the name Longinus until much later, possibly around 715 AD. It was introduced to Western Christianity by the pseudo-Gothimistic Gospel of Nicodemus. However, there is no trustworthy historical evidence to substantiate the acts or the martyrdom of this saint. The Greek term loch, lambda gamma chieta, which was used to describe the spear mentioned in John 19 verse 34, is assumed to be the source of the name Longinus. Interestingly, the first known mention of the name Longinus is found in an illuminated crucifixion artwork dating back to around 586. The horizontal Greek characters, Longinos, lambda o gamma iota nu o, are written next to the spear-wielding soldier in this picture. This remarkable illumination can be found in a Syriac gospel text authored by the artist Rabulus, which is housed in Florence's Laurentian Library. It serves as a poignant reminder of the biblical story's enduring power and the range of interpretations and portrayals that they have seen throughout history. The soldier's spear, also referred to as the Holy Lance, has a profound legacy that goes beyond its historical significance. In esoteric circles, it is sometimes referred to as the Spear of Destiny, and is believed to possess supernatural abilities, prophesying events that will transform the world. Records indicating that the Holy Lance was worshipped in Jerusalem as early as the 6th century highlight the centrality of the lance in Christian tradition. It's important to note that, despite the spears mentioned in ancient documents, neither the centurion nor the name Longinus appear in the reports that have survived. This omission adds to the mystique surrounding the Holy Lance mythology. The spear is sometimes called the Lance of Longinus in Holy Grail-related myths and legends. This classification adds to its mystique by entangling it in the intricate network of cultural legends revolving around relics and supernatural power figures. Ultimately, whether viewed as a potent talisman of mystical power, a symbol of spiritual significance, or a relic of historical significance, the Holy Lance continues to awaken amazement and grab imaginations across a wide spectrum of cultural and religious traditions. The mythology surrounding Longinus did, in fact, evolve over time, with fresh features and interpretations being added to his story. One such development was the idea that Longinus suffered from blindness or other visual problems. This idea did not emerge until after the 11th century. Petrus Comester is one of the first individuals to introduce this idea into Longinus narrative. Comester's designation of Longinus as blind, dim-sighted, or weak-sighted in his writings exposes Longinus to a new degree of vulnerability. Rather than simply portraying Longinus as a soldier carrying out his duty, this version of him provides his story more depth by presenting him as a flawed human being who is limited by his physical conditions. The theory regarding Longinus' vision issues has emerged, demonstrating how myths and storytelling are dynamic processes that evolve over time to reflect changing cultural norms and social mores. The Golden Legend claims that Longinus saw celestial signals before he converted, and speculates that he may have had vision problems due to illness or aging. According to Christian doctrine, the man's ailment was miraculously healed when he came into contact with Jesus' blood. This story tells of Longinus, a blind Roman centurion who stabbed Christ in the side while he was being crucified. When some of Jesus' blood gets in his eyes, he is miraculously healed. Because of this incredible miracle, Longinus believes that Jesus is the Son of God and has faith in him. The body of Longinus is shrouded in mystery and buried in mythology. Legend has it that his remains were lost twice. In 1304, his remains were found again in Mantua. Adorned with Christ's blood, the holy sponge was found adjacent to his corpse. This discovery added credence to the narrative surrounding Longinus by suggesting that he assisted in cleaning Christ's body following the crucifixion. The relic, which was purported to contain drops of blood from the Holy Lance, regained esteem in late 13th century Bologna. This revived adoration was influenced by a number of factors, including the popularity of Grail stories, local traditions of Eucharistic miracles, the presence of the Holy Blood in the Benedictine monastery church of Sant'Andrea, the establishment of a chapel dedicated to Longinus, and the Bonacolsi family sponsorship. The discovery of the body of Longinus and the relic containing drops of Christ's blood strengthened the enduring story about this enigmatic figure. Longinus's relics were reported to have been divided up and taken to a number of locations, including Prague, where they were housed at the St. Peter and Paul Basilica in Visegrad. However, despite these claims, there isn't a single reference of a St. Longinus-related cemetery in the official Basilica guidebook. A second account states that Longinus's remains were brought to the Basilica of Sant'Agostino in Rome. However, much like in Prague, there is no official record attesting to the presence of this tomb of Longinus, nor is it legally recognized. It is important to note that while Greek sources claim Longinus's body was discovered in Sardinia, other sources claim he died a martyr's death in Gabala, Cappadocia. These conflicting accounts add to the mystery surrounding Longinus's whereabouts and the fate of his relics. The Holy Lance, also known as the Lance of Longinus, the Spear of Destiny, or simply the Holy Spear, plays a vital role in Christian tradition. The lance that pierced Jesus' side while he was hanging on the cross is believed to be the identical one. The Christian Bible only makes a few references to the lance, but during the Middle Ages, the Church developed a number of extra-biblical customs centered around it. The earliest records of relics claiming to be the Holy Lance are from Jerusalem and date back to the 6th century. Artifacts claiming to be the head of the Holy Lance, or fragments of it, have turned up all over Europe over the years. These relics were regarded by Christians as holy objects associated with the suffering of Christ. There are still a number of artifacts in existence that are claimed to be the Holy Lance or parts of it. The Holy Lance is still a powerful symbol of faith and devotion for a large number of Christians, representing the significance of Jesus' atonement and the effectiveness of his crucifixion. I appreciate your viewing.